Welcome back, night dwellers, to another chilling tale. Tonight, we're diving deep into the heart of the woods, where shadows linger, and something, or someone, still roams. This is the story of the haunting of Hollow Creek. So, dim the lights, settle in, and let's begin. Hollow Creek was once a thriving logging town in the early 1900s, nestled deep in the heart of a vast forest. The townsfolk were hard-working, simple people, living off the land and the mighty trees that surrounded them. But what many didn't know was that the forest held a dark secret, a secret that would soon unravel the lives of everyone in Hollow Creek. It all started with the disappearance of young Eliza Baker, the mayor's daughter. She was last seen playing near the creek, her laughter echoing through the trees. But when dusk fell and she hadn't returned home, a search party was quickly organized. The entire town scoured the forest, but Eliza was nowhere to be found. Days turned into weeks, and still, there was no sign of her. The only thing they discovered was her favorite red ribbon, floating in the creek's dark waters. As the search continued, strange things began to happen in Hollow Creek. The once peaceful forest became a place of fear. The townspeople reported hearing whispers in the wind, the sound of a little girl crying, and, most unsettling of all, the sight of a shadowy figure lurking just beyond the tree-line. Fear gripped the town, and people began to leave, abandoning their homes and the lives they had built. But those who remained started to notice something even more terrifying. Every night, when the clock struck midnight, the bell of the old church would ring out 12 times, followed by the sound of a child's laughter. But the church had been abandoned for years, its bell tower empty and silent, until now. The remaining townsfolk were terrified, too scared to leave their homes at night. But one man, Thomas Walker, the town's blacksmith. The remaining townsfolk were terrified, too scared to leave their homes at night. But one man, Thomas Walker, the town's blacksmith. Inside, the air was thick with dust and the smell of decay. The wooden floorboards creaked under Thomas's weight as he made his way to the bell tower. The wind howled through the broken windows, and the sound of footsteps echoed in the darkness, though Thomas was sure he was alone. As he climbed the rickety stairs to the bell tower, he felt a chill run down his spine. When he reached the top, he found the bell, still and silent. But just as he was about to leave, the bell began to swing on its own, ringing out 12 times. Thomas stumbled back, his lantern flickering, and then he saw her, a small figure standing in the corner, her red dress tattered and dirty, her eyes hollow and dark. It was Eliza, or what was left of her. Her ghostly form stared at Thomas, her lips curling into a sad smile. She whispered, her voice soft and distant, "Help me, find me." Then, as quickly as she had appeared, she was gone, leaving Thomas alone in the cold, dark tower. Terrified, Thomas fled the church and told the townspeople what he had seen. They knew then that the forest had claimed Eliza, and her spirit would never rest until she was found. The few who stayed behind tried to honor her memory, but as the years passed, Hollow Creek became a ghost town, forgotten by time, and overrun by the forest once more. To this day, those brave or foolish enough to venture into the forest near Hollow Creek say they can still hear the bell ringing at midnight, followed by the laughter of a little girl lost in time. And some even claim to have seen her, wandering through the trees, her red ribbon trailing behind her. So if you ever find yourself near Hollow Creek, be warned. The forest doesn't forget, and neither does Eliza. And if you hear the bell, you'd best turn back, before you become the next one to disappear into the shadows. Thank you for joining me for tonight's tale. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a night of fright. And remember, the woods are dark and deep, but some secrets should never be disturbed. Until next time, stay safe, stay curious, and stay out of the shadows.